Arsenal linked with one of the best prospects in French football. Let's get straight into the news. How's it going, guys? And welcome back to Punch Drunk Arsenal, your home to all the latest Arsenal news and transfer updates. In today's episode, we've got some breaking news coming out of, I think it's El Nacional, so a Spanish publication, linking the Gunners with PSG and France winner Bradley Barcola. Now, this is a very interesting link for the Gunners. Obviously, you'd expect PSG, they're playing the Champions League final tonight, so you don't really expect to see many reports coming out of the PSG camp regarding players coming in or going out. But this is a very interesting link nonetheless. The Gunners obviously looking for more attacking options this summer. Striker is the priority. We all know we need a new striker. Sesko and Gyökeres are the two names linked there. But we also know we need definitely another left winger and possibly even another attacker, someone that can play on the right as well to relieve some of the pressure off Saka, who, as we all know, prior to his injury, actually played so many minutes, which ended up leading to his injury. So the Barcola link is obviously a very interesting one, as I mentioned. He's only 22 years old, so there's still a lot of room for growth. And despite his young age, he's putting up some ridiculous numbers. We all knew he had his breakout campaign with Lyon a couple of years ago. Ended up getting the big move to PSG. And even this past season, he's been a very good player for them. I believe his numbers are something like around 35 to 38 goal contributions last season, something like 21 goals and around 12 to 15 assists. So those are very, very good numbers. It's a player that can play across the front line, so he can play as a striker as well as a right winger and a left winger. Arteta, we know he loves his versatility in players, so that's something that's another huge positive if the club actually decides to go for Barcola. The only problem with this is I don't really see PSG selling at this moment in time. We know they are linked with that Argentina wonder kid, what's his name, Franco Masutono. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Some have been likening him to the next Lionel Messi. He's so good, and it seems like PSG are actually moving ahead in the race to sign him this summer. If he comes in, that does open up a space for someone like Arsenal to actually come in and snatch one of the PSG players. Kvaratskhelia and Desiree Doué both recently moved to Paris, and both are seems like to be the starting winners for the club. So someone like a Barcola could possibly be on the move. They also have Ousmane Dembele, who can play as a wing. He's been playing predominantly this past season as a striker. You assume that he's going to be a striker again next season, considering his insane season and his insane numbers. PSG reportedly also looking at bringing in another striker, so that definitely opens up room for another attacker from PSG to actually leave the club. When you look at Barcola, as I mentioned, there's a lot of positives, to take out of the deal. He's goes under his height goes under the radar. That's one point I want to mention. And we know Arteta really likes players over 6 foot. I believe he's 6'1". So that's another factor that could point towards actually the Gunners really being interested in Barcola. He's very good with the ball at his feet. He's a fast runner. He likes to take on opposition defenders. So that's also another thing that the Gunners desperately need in the club. We've seen, especially on our left-hand side, Martinelli, he's got pace, so he's good on the transition, but he's not really good at beating defenders one-on-one. His dribbling is not the best. Obviously, all these players are elite, so they're all going to be at the very top echelons of world-class players. However, when it comes to that level, Martinelli is probably just a step below the best of the best. So, and Trossard's obviously aging, so the Gunners definitely need to start looking at more attacking options. I don't think just two would be enough. So three, in my opinion, is what we need to bring to the club. And Barcola, as I mentioned, is definitely something that fits the bill. At 22, he's still got a lot of room for improvement. He definitely needs to improve a little bit more. There's some aspects of his game we saw, especially against the Champions League sides, that he wasn't really able to put on the same amount of numbers he does that when he plays in League One. But still, I think this would be a very, very good move for the Gunners. Just considering that he's good with the ball at his feet and he can finish. We definitely need more people that can actually contribute to goals as well as assists. It just seems like, for me personally, just seems like a very difficult deal for the Gunners to get over the line. El Nacional is also not the most reliable when it comes to reports. Obviously, you don't really expect the publication out of Spain to be to have the insights or the knowledge on French transfers. But as I mentioned, if Arsenal somehow managed to get this deal over the line, it would be an excellent deal for the Gunners to complete. Another worrying factor, though, from the report itself, it stated that Arsenal, the PSG are looking for around £42 million to let Barcola go, and I can't see that happening. I believe if they actually do decide to let Barcola go, we run for closer to around the 60 million mark. Arsenal could still definitely afford that. I don't think he's on massive, massive wages. I could be mistaken. PSG are a very rich club, so they could be paying their players big wages, their young players big wages. But I don't think he's on massive wages. So that's another positive. There's a lot of positives to take out of this deal. Whether or not will happen, we'll have to wait and see. But for me personally, I think if we do manage to get this deal over the line, it'd be a very, very good deal for the club. The report went on to state that Newcastle are also interested. We know that they're going to be having a big summer. They've got a lot of money in the reserves already, and they qualified for Champions League. So expect them to make a lot of moves this summer as well. But when you're picking between Arsenal and Newcastle, Arsenal's still a much bigger club than Newcastle, and also we have that French lineage, that French heritage, where French players generally do excel when they come to Arsenal. So that could be another positive factor in our favour. However, guys, that's it on the Bradley Barcola news. As I mentioned, for me, this will be a very good deal. What do you guys think? Would you be happy if someone like Bradley Barcola would come in? I saw with a lot of the comments on X, a lot of guys also question the reports, but most of you would be happy to see someone like Bradley Barcola coming into the club. Thanks for joining us. As I mentioned, we're going to be doing this a lot more often. If there's any breaking news coming out of on X, Facebook, wherever these reports might be coming from, we're going to drop you guys a little video, explain our position on the possible transfer, and then just get your thoughts on it as well. Don't forget to smash that like button. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget to subscribe to Punch Drunk Arsenal for all your latest Arsenal news and breaking transfer updates. And leave your comments in the comment section down below. Cheers, guys.